that they're paid by a con.
This show started, I think, last week, and I will give them the benefit of the doubt because it is their version of WrestleMania. But literally, they ran an 8-hour show. 8 hours.
In 2019, the average AEW pay-per-view had 124 minutes of match time, about 2 hours. That went up to 136 in 2020. Then for many years, it was in the 150s, just about 2.5 hours. The first two shows of this year was over 170, and then we got tonight. These shows are all getting longer.
We had Adam Cole coming down to the ring. He was very sad. He could not even hold it together.
So was I.
He got hurt Thursday. It was the lariat from Kyle Fletcher. He's not ready to say that he's retired because it's probably a bad time to just, 2 days later say you're retired. But there's a chance that he's going to retire.
This has been a thumbs-down pay-per-view so far. This is, worse than most Dynamites. Out to save the show, and I honestly think they may have done that, Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland versus the Young Bucks. Easily the best thing in the show to this point.
It was an incredible match, and I loved it. Thought it was a great match.
How will the Bucks financially recover from this?
They've had a bad week.
We don't know.
They lost their car. They lost their jobs.
Apparently when, Tony didn't have a finish. And apparently he didn't figure out what he was going to do for a finish until yesterday. What? What?
Mercedes Moné and Toni Storm. Goddamn, what a great match.
It was a great match.
Outstanding.
It's one of the best women's matches in AEW history.
Jim Ross is back to do commentary for the last two matches. He did a great job, actually. Kazuchika Okada versus Kenny Omega. Kenny's entrance has druids and what looked like a not quite so thick version of Brock Lesnar singing a song down to the ring.
It was the worst match they ever had together, but they're incapable of having anything less than an excellent match.
There you go. Yeah.
So it was still like a 4-star match,
Yeah.
but it was not 7 stars or anything crazy like that.
Hangman Page versus Jon Moxley, Texas Death for the world title. I thought this match was perfect.
It was literally exactly what you thought would happen, which was a crazy fucking match, and then the bad guys would all go after Hangman, and then a bunch of good guys would show up to make the save. Then you knew Darby was coming back, and then you knew Swerve was coming out, and you knew that he was ultimately going to help Hangman win, and in fact, he did.
The main event of All In was in real time going head-to-head with the opener of Saturday night's main event. And on one channel, you have Jon Moxley being stabbed in the head with a fork until he bleeds everywhere. On the other channel, you have Logan Paul and Jelly Roll having a stare down. I'm not even saying one's better than the other. I'm just saying the contrast is striking.
It was a great main event and a great show overall.
It honestly was.
Yeah, it's an awesome main event. 2 5-star matches on the biggest show of the year for AEW. On Saturday night's main event, Seth Rollins was wrestling LA Knight. He is hurt, and it does not look good.
Yeah.
And he is the top heel in the top heel group. He's got the Money in the Bank briefcase. I'm sure he was going to be in one of the main events of the 2-night of SummerSlam. It sucks. So all the best to Seth Rollins. Hopefully it's a quick recovery.
The last match Goldberg had longer than this, 2003.
I am not in the least bit surprised.
It's been 22 years.
22 fucking years.
Goldberg
And he
was
hasn't even
long.
wrestled in 3 years.
Yeah.
And Gunther got a 14-minute, totally good fucking match out of this
3
guy.
3/4 star match out of it.
Yes. Way to go, guys.
It
That was
awesome.
great.
I thoroughly enjoyed that. Appreciate it. Thank you.
It's our third show of the day, and I am close to being delirious.
My brain is fried.
Should mention it was at Center Stage. It's very small.
Yeah.
They sold 729 tickets, which is horrific. I mean, it only seats 750, but I mean, they didn't sell out. And part of that was they were, these tickets were like $200 each for this NXT show.
No way.
Yeah. And, I mean, to cut to the chase, it was the weakest NXT PLE. I mean, maybe ever. Now we're doing a show for Evolution.
The rankings are very clear.
Yes.
The best show, total show, was All In. Next was Evolution. Next was Saturday Night's Main Event. Next was Great American Bash.
Yes.
I cannot imagine much disagreement.
The opener and the main event
Yep.
were great, okay? But the real strength of this show was this crowd.
Oh, yeah.
They drew 8,300 fans. They basically sold out what they'd set up for. And these fans were like, we're going to enjoy this fucking show. You know, Richard here is doing the whole tribal thing. I shouldn't acknowledge it, but he goes, if Michael Cole wore a mask like that idiot from AEW would be good. He fucking sucks because he sucks. Not because it's WWE versus AEW or whatever. This guy cannot tell a disarmer from an armbar. He went on and on and on about Candice Michelle.
Yeah.
When it's supposed to be Candice LeRae. Mariah gets the belt like a baseball bat. She's like, and she just waffles her. And Michael Cole's like, backfired.
God.
I was like, what? Stephanie is going to be a WrestleMania main eventer because people absolutely, positively love her.
Io Sky and Rhea Ripley.
This match was
Fuck
fucking great.
me, this match was awesome.
Yes. One of the better matches of the entire weekend. Think about how much they loved Rhea Ripley, how much they loved Io Sky, and this heel comes out to fuck both of them, and they went wild.
Yes.
You know, you bought your tickets, you got your big moment with that cash-in. I did hear from somebody who said that they believe that it was a work on Saturday night's main event, but that he is hurt, and so it was a cover. So he will be out of action, but it may not be like the full 9 to 11 months or whatever. Granny, how was Danny?
That was fun.
As God is my witness, he forgot his guitar. And so he used a broom when he had to use his guitar for part of his act. I was dying. And he tried to, like, flirt with the old ladies, but, like...
It was sad.
Just...
Ripley versus Sky. Naomi comes in, and she's got some kind of case in her hand. What's the idea there? What happened?
Well, they had a match, and the winner got a briefcase that had a free title shot whenever they want in it. So you cash it in.
Okay,
Like you cash in your chips.
But neither one of them won.
Well, Io is a champion, so she's
Yeah, he was
cashing
a
in her-
champion, so Naomi won the title.
Oh. Still don't get it.
It was
Well,
really
is
good.
Sky the champ now? Is she?
No. Naomi cashed in and won the title.
She made that two-person match
Naomi.
a three-person match.
Naomi is the champion. She won the match.
I thought it was a championship match, but I guess not.
It was
Wow.
a championship match, and Naomi won, and so now she is the champion.
Gee. Still don't get it.
What are you doing over there, Vinny? Googling pornography? We're all watching it.
Granny laughed at the idea.
We've seen these 1,000 times, okay? Sure. These two wrestlers, they're supposed to be attracting the ladies, and so they're working out in the gym.
They're wearing panties.
They're literally shooting from the back.
Yep.
Right up their asshole.
Back shot, yes.
Am I lying? Like, right up it.
Yeah.
And that's the shot. And then we're going to do an extreme close-up of their hairy quads.
Yeah.
My wife came downstairs as I was halfway through this video.
Yeah.
And just looked at me and asked why I was watching gay porn, which is totally
Well.
fine if you're into it.
They were in Chicago, Illinois, the Aragon Ballroom, a tiny but awesome venue.
Fucking great.
Holy cow, this place looked cool. Sounded cool. Arched entryways everywhere, all these balcony seats. It was killer.
This was a perfect first 20 minutes of the first show after the biggest show of the year. This was probably the most bought AEW pay-per-view of the year. I would be surprised if it wasn't. And they still showed a video package with a recap of all of the important finishes and angles and what happened.
Yeah.
It's your party match
This
of the night.
fucking Bucks entrance. And they do their pose, but then no pyro goes off, and they're irritated by this. And the video is just their words in like ASCII font and EVP with a circle and a line through it. That's the only video they get.
When they went for their EVP trigger and they suddenly realized we're not EVPs.
Their world was upside down.
Yeah, they froze.
They didn't know what to do.
And that's what allows the baby faces to make their comeback.
Yes.
I was fucking dying. How could you possibly boo Nick, Shayna, and Kip for turning on this fucker?
Mm-hmm.
How? And this guy says, Brian's clearly too close to these people. What do you mean, how could you? Well, I hope he was watching this show. when Adam Copeland came out and said, you know what? I don't blame Nick, Shayna, and Kip for what they did. I don't blame them. Because, in fact, how could you blame them for turning on this asshole who treated them like shit for months? So Adam Copeland agreed with me.
Yep. The fanciest of the fancy balconies was reserved for Timeless Toni Storm. And she comes out on this balcony like Evita, talking to the people below her. My tits are pointing to the future. And this leads to the wrestling crowd chanting, tits, tits, tits.
Yeah,
on a
we got
wrestling
a
show in
tits chant.
2025. But back in the late 90s, there's a promotion called ECW. And virtually any woman in the ring on that show, the fans would chant, show your tits. And it was not a positive chant. It was a demeaning, degrading chant. This is like supportive. We're a fan of femininity in general.
I'm sure those fans thought they were being very supportive as well in ECW.
Don Callis comes out, does a fancy introduction for Okada, who has new music.
You know, I fucking hated this music.
If we're being honest, neither Hangman nor Moxley should have been wrestling on the show. They should have been selling that death match more.
It was a very good show. It was a very good follow-up show. You know, they don't always have the best follow-up shows, you know, because Tony is a slow build kind of guy, and, you know, that's fine and all. But, like, sometimes when the big show's over, like, you got to have something big. The Raw after WrestleMania. You can't just, like, start at the beginning with nothing and then slowly build. And so I thought this was very good. Blake Monroe. She's much better as a heel than a babyface. But this whole gimmick they have where she's got this video with the 60s music or whatever the hell they're doing, I know what it's built on, but I forget. It's just silly.
It's very silly.
And when she was in AEW, like, they at least pushed her as, like, a serious top heel. Like, whatever you thought about her, they treated her seriously. And here, it's just like, it's silly. The gimmick is silly.
She's a spoof of a wrestler at this point.
It's like Tiffany when she was Daddy's girl. And, you know, she went shopping and used her daddy's money. And it's like, it's a very one-dimensional, you know, it's just, I don't know, man. It's not working for me. So this Tony Lucas Stacks family business triple threat match was the best thing on the show.
This is awesome.
And not only that,
It caught me totally off guard.
this fucking match should be in a pro wrestling museum because, you know, everybody always tries to reinvent the wheel. But the fact of the matter is the same shit's going to get over in 1,000 years. If you want to get a guy over, it ain't going to be going, you know, 80-20 with some nerd. It's going to be beaten ass.
Via social media, Coach Undertaker, upset that Trick Williams has insulted his crew, will be in Houston to confront Trick Williams, and they're sure to clarify he is going to confront Trick Williams, TNA champion or not.
Wow.
And I got a wild scenario in my head.
Oh, God.
Trick retains on Sunday, gets in a fight to Taker. Undertaker is your new TNA world champion. I want this so badly.
It's not happening.
I know it won't.
God
It would be awesome for so many reasons.
Lexus is just sitting in the crowd watching the match. She comes through the crowd to start yelling at him, and then they cut back to the match, and they never mention it again. Brandon here says he's mocking Miles Bourne because Miles just beat him. By sitting in the crowd with something so he can't hear, he's mocking Miles Bourne?
I see.
Okay, so why is Ava kicking him out of the building?
Of
for
all
this?
the things that happen on the show,
He can't watch the show with earmuffs on.
Dark State's whole gimmick was slaughtering people in the parking lot for months on end. No repercussions. Sit in the audience with earmuffs on. Fuck you!
This is WCW 1999. That was a flashback there.